All right, welcome everybody to Side Hustle Live. I'm your host, Tim Palladino, and I'm joined here today with my Side Hustle business partners, Darby Rollins and Tamara Saran, and our special guest today, personal stylist, Jessica Ruzic. Coming in live from Jersey today, close to home. I grew up just north of that. You said Smithtown?
Me? I'm over in Allentown. Over by if anybody knows where Six Flags is, that's like the
Oh yeah.
That's a marker in Jersey.
I've been to that one
about
plenty of times.
45 minutes from where I grew up. So yeah, I've definitely passed through your neighborhood a couple times. So very cool, very cool. Anybody listening or watching right now, we encourage you to play. You're probably watching this live, so throw in some comments. We want to hear all about what your pitches are and what we're doing. Tag us on social media with @PlaySideHustle, wherever you share your side hustle pitches. And if you don't already have a copy of Side Hustle, the party game for entrepreneurs, go ahead to Amazon, grab your copy, play with your family and friends. It doesn't matter if it's in person or virtual. The fun is all the same. But before we get started with round one, let's go ahead and get to know Jess a little bit better. Jess, welcome to the show, and tell us about you and being a personal stylist and what fun that has become.
It's a blast. Everybody that I tell what I do, they're like, "Oh, your job sounds like so much fun." And I'm like, "It is." I don't want to sound like full of myself, but I do. I love it. My name is Jess Ruzic. I'm a celebrity stylist and image consultant. There are three facets of my job that I do. One is I work with actresses, models, photographers, you name it, for anything that has to do with runways, fashion shows, any kind of pageantry. So I work that end of it. I also do special events. So I work with high-end professionals who are getting ready to do big keynote speaking, which is how I know Melanie. And I also, my last thing that I do is wardrobe audits, where I help women who say I have nothing to wear, but then when I go in their closet, I'm like, there's tons of clothes in here. So I help those women kind of define their style and get rid of the stuff that they don't need. And I take what they don't want anymore, and I recycle it to different organizations.
Excellent.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I have been practicing a little bit, so I mean, I don't do anything, cold, so I'm ready.
Oh yeah, no, we're all in the same boat. We're all competitive, friendly competitive. Big shout out to a mutual friend of ours, Melanie Spring. I think that's actually how we know each other. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And to actually on your business, I think it was last episode. One of my pitches, I can't even remember exactly how it went, but basically it was when someone was buying things, it created a fund to buy clothes from factories to give to people that didn't have money to like go on job interviews and stuff like that. And that's just popped up in my head when you were talking. So this is going to be a real good time. Who's ready for round one?
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Let's rock and roll. Tamara, would you continue being the picker?
It would be my pleasure.
Oh, thank you, sir.
7. Lucky, it's investor's choice.
Ooh.
So, Jess, as we've mentioned before, what we want you to do is come up with the category yourself. I don't know if we've actually gone over the rules of the game yet. Why don't we do that real quick with a thing? I can run it real quick myself here. So the way this game is played, an investor draws a business card, which is essentially a random fun word, and rolls an industry die. That gives you the name of the business and the category that it's going to be in. Then all the entrepreneurs will take a minute or two to brainstorm their idea. Then they will pitch that idea to the investor or the investor team. After that, the investor will award a funny and a fundable card, however they want. 2 to 1, 1 to a different person, or nobody gets them if they're feeling very vindictive. There are a lot of different categories that we have here, and we roll a die to randomize that. But once in a while, we come up with an investor's choice die. And at that point, the investor can choose anything on the board or make up their own. Jess, how are you feeling? What is there a category that speaks to you?
Well, I'm going to go, I know they have fashion and retail, but I'm going to go with health and beauty.
Ooh,
all right.
I like that. Right. Let's do that. Oh, this is going to be weird. Sky space.
Health and beauty.
Sky space in health and beauty. Now, I am going to type that in here. In the meantime, I would love to hear a little bit more about who you particularly love working with, Jess. Is there a sort of client that that you seek out as much as possible?
My favorite client is the one who is trying to find something to wear and has a closet full of clothes, because those are women who I can really impact with my story of recycling textiles and how dangerous textiles are to our environment when we don't want them anymore. People just throw them in the garbage and they don't realize that, you know, one pair of polyester pants takes 20 years to decompose. And that is a really long time. I mean, you got to think about all those leisure suits from the 70s. That's a lot of polyester. So my favorite client are the ones that I can educate and empower and let them know about their clothes that they're currently getting rid of. Where is it going? Who needs them? I work with Dress for Success. I work for Souls for Souls, all these different organizations that I contribute those clothes that people don't want anymore to make sure that they stay out of the landfills. So that's my favorite client, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, there's something great about the glory with New York City and photographers and, you know, that red carpet. I just did Fashion Week. I did one of the only live Fashion Week shows for 2021, which was incredible. But it was masked up, and it was very exciting to go from quarantine to then, you know, red carpet. I was like, oh, it was almost like too much for my system to handle. I was like, overload. But yeah, it was great. It's awesome. I really love what I do.
That's delightful, and I like that you're able to find a way to tie a bigger message into your work, because if you're already making some sort of impact in someone's day or life, there's no reason why you can't redirect that energy into something that is mutually beneficial for you and the world. So I really like that a lot. On that note, we're working extensively on building out our educational portion of Side Hustle in order to help kids and adults find their way through and build out sort of their creative muscle and exercise the fact that they can, you know, anyone can be an entrepreneur if you give it the right chance and have the confidence in it. So we're building that out because we think that it's important to have like that dual message as well. So that's awesome. So we were playing Sky Space, and say again exactly how you describe that category for me again.
Me, I said health and beauty.
Health and beauty.
Yes.
Delightful.
Yes, health and beauty.
I think then it's about time for one of the other boys to work on this and pitch, because I need an extra minute because I was working on these things for you. Tim, Darby, anybody ready to go?
Darby, you want to go? I still have a couple things to write down.
You got it.
Boom.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for having me here. My name is Darby. My business is Sky Space in the health and beauty category. Now, Sky Space, have you ever just felt down and have you ever wanted to feel up? Have you wanted ever to feel high on life? Well, Sky Space is the first ever anti-gravity detox health and beauty salon that helps people from all walks of life feel high on life while in the sky. We actually have a self-contained anti-gravity container that we put people in that takes away all the stress that you're dealing with. And we have our expert team of beautytologists to come in and pamper you throughout your session. Sky Space.
Nice.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right. Tim, tell me what is going on in your world. Also, real quick, Jess, if you have any questions for Darby,
I can ask questions now after he's done.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely, it's your time to
grill.
Drill into him, grill this man, flambe, whatever cooking term you want to use.
So I have a question from a safety perspective. You have this chamber inside of let's say it's a hair salon. Is that what I'm hearing? That somebody would come in, have a beauty or some sort of a beauty session, and you would have this there, or would it actually be its own standing like location?
So it's imagine what's the name of that the skydiving place that you do. So there's plenty of safety precautions. We actually put you inside of this container. Typically the buildings are rather large. There's a lot of space. We have a lot of Sky Space containers, but yeah, it's like inside of one of our facilities.
Mm-hmm. Are you at all worried about the liability of that?
We've got great insurance and great lawyers.
Excellent. Excellent. That would be my concern, is making sure that everybody's safe. You know, that's the big message.
You're always safe in Sky Space.
Oh, nice. Nice. Way to round it out there at the end.
Oh, man.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Invest today.
Right. Invest today. I guess it's my go.
It's your turn.
Go for it.
Mine's very simple. For some reason, I was choking on this one. This one was a little bit difficult for me. But what I came up with was Sky Space in health and beauty is the first solar power gamma ray charged makeup that gives you a natural, healthy, youthful glow for your makeup as makeup. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I choked. It was a hard one.
Beauty was the category. Is the category that just flustered you. It was too much.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Okay, so the solar energized makeup, is this like a part where you open it up and maybe there's like a light maybe there that helps you put your makeup on in the dark? Is that what you mean?
So actually the makeup has clear, think of it like a regular like makeup container. It has a clear top, and the sun actually goes into it and it charges the makeup. So when you're actually putting it on, it gives you a healthy glow and energizes you.
Oh, I see. Lovely. Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, no more coffee.
All right. Before I go, we have some audience paying attention. Emery is in the house. Promises not to use Jarvis, but he has a pitch for you that you are welcome to judge yourself.
In a world where science has advanced to the point, should I keep reading it? To the point of
please read out loud.
Space travel is accessible by the masses. Sky Space is your retreat away from the harmful effects of gravity and dirty air. Very similar. Spend time outside the boundaries of the ozone and our Earth's gravitational pressure. Relax, decompress, literally, and enjoy a treat yourself masterpiece like never before. Very nice.
Pretty solid. Definitely.
I'm interested in where are you going in this space odyssey? Are you going like to an actual, like, are you almost, you know what I'm talking, like a virtual reality thing? Is that what we're thinking about here?
Well, we'll have to wait and see if Emery responds. In the meantime, he found Darby's little catchphrase, "Always safe in Sky Space," equally. Oh, and Emery believes that you would do it in orbit. So, or
heading to orbit.
Okay.
With Elon.
With Elon.
Now he's just kissing butt. So I don't think that's worth it. All right, Emery, kicking you off. Just kidding. But you're welcome to deal cards out to the audience as well. But let me give it a shot. Sky Space in health and beauty. What is the most exhilarating and relaxing moment in a person's life? That 10 seconds where they are free falling in a skydive. No one else will ever dispute the fact that that moment of clarity when you jump out and the world comes rushing at you is mind-numbingly beautiful. But wouldn't it be even better if someone was there pampering you at the same time? Ooh. We are Sky Space, a pampering service that jumps with you, cuts your hair, massages you, and gives you facials, all while the 10 seconds of free fall. You see, all you need is a lovely person who joins you and is in sync exactly. Sky Space, treat your face.
Treat your face.
Treat your face.
Okay, so again, I'm seeing a lot here with the gravity, and I love the solar. I'm really into solar and alternative energy. So that's kind of that's really got me peaked. I like solar a lot. I have to say, I think that is the most cutting edge of all of them, having to do with health and beauty. I think getting energy directly from the sun source is an incredible thing. And that combined with solar, that's a win. That's a win.
All right.
Tim, you win it.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, Tim wins. So you have two cards, and let me. You can hand these out however you'd like. So it sounds like you. Oh, there you go.
I get the fundable. Rock on, rock on.
And then the other card is up to you what to do with.
I'm going to say, Tomer, you get the funny.
Oh, Okay.
Sorry, Darby.
I usually have to make a comeback.
Just giving you time to warm up.
Yeah.
Crunch.
Good stuff. Good
All right.
stuff. All right.
That was awesome. Tim, you want to get going on the next round, or you want me to hit it?
Yep.
All right. Your industry is food and beverage today.
All right.
And
my favorite.
Interesting. Mystifix is the word.
MYSTI. Mystifix?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that. In the meantime, Tim, tell us what's going on in the world of SideHustle. I believe we have decided that there's going to be an interesting launch coming up.
Yes. Are you talking about the
Kickstarter? Yeah.
KS thing?
Yeah.
We have a brand new version of the game. It's just as fun, but it's more compact, easier to travel with. You spoke, we listened. It's one of those scenarios where we're building it based on the needs of our players. We're still going to be having the larger version. We're still playing around with names to keep it fun and everything like that. But yeah, we are expected to launch a Kickstarter for this smaller, more compact version, so everybody can play anywhere they go. And it's I'm really excited about it. The first one was a success. This one we expect to be so much more of a success, based on a lot of the feedback, a lot of the lessons learned. I couldn't be more excited about it. Yeah. And I would say expect that in about 2 months. Don't hold me to that exactly, but that's the goal, of course, but we gotta set goals with that, or else we can't hit them. Right.
That's awesome.
So yeah, there's that.
Anything else popping up that you want to talk about for SideHustle that's going on that people should keep an eye out for?
For SideHustle in particular, I can't think of anything. Is there something I'm not thinking of?
No, not nececially.
We have lots of conversations, guys. So I never know if I'm forgetting something.
No, it's been good. There's been a lot of focus and growth throughout the team, trying to reach out to people to see how we can spread the message and find the right people to maybe partner with a little bit. So if you think that you have an interesting audience that would like SideHustle, hit us up. Let's have a chat. Here's Tim's email there.
Yeah.
Anyone can ping at any time. But I think we're coming up on time for Mystifix. Jess, would you like to do the honors?
I would. Thank you.
Please.
Hey guys, I got a question for you. Where do you see vending machines? Everywhere. Dorm rooms, hospitals, New York Stadium, Philadelphia, anywhere around there. You're going to see a lot of vending machines. Who manages those vending machines when they break? What happens when they break down? Say I own a vending machine at at MetLife Stadium, and what happens when it breaks down? I'm losing money by the second. Right? So what do? I'm going to join an online group called Mystifix. And what that is it dispatches vending machine repairmen at a one-time fee that you pay when you first download the app. And it's $50. And then that money there is applied to your final bill when Mystifix comes out to fix your vending machine. And so any place that has, vending machines, like I said, I think hospital's a great location to get started. Mystifix. So when your vending machine is on the fritz, call Mystifix.
Oh, solid ending. Ending. Oh, I love that. I have no questions. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
I gotta pivot.
I warned you.
I'm sweating for y'all.
I got something weird. Okay.
I got something weird.
Okay, wait, let me pull up this one, food and beverage. Sorry, I didn't know before. We are okay. Let me start again here. My company is Mystifix in food and beverage. Now, have you ever been to a bar or a room and you think, wow, everybody here is so lame. Why is this not more fun? Well, we are the latest HVAC company. We will pump mist into your establishment that makes everybody happy. And do not ask too many questions, please. But we are FDA approved in Yugoslavia, and we are very much well funded by offshore companies, and we have a lot of interesting products, new flavors, new scents, new slightly addictive things that will make people want to come back to your restaurant, whether they like it or not. This is Mistafix. Get hooked up now.
All right. I like that one. So I summarize it. By scented happy gas. Does that
right.
encapsulate? Okay, cool.
Let's say yes, but we are a service provider for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that it's actually backed by Yugoslavia, which isn't even a country anymore.
Right, it's like the USSR.
We're getting a quick before we jump to the next one. Jessica, hey everybody, is in, but she mentioned that the video is coming across a little fuzzy. I don't know if that's something that we can adjust live. We may not be able to, but we'll try and play with something on the back end. Thank you, Jessica.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you for the heads up. I appreciate that.
In the meantime, Darby, what do you have up your sleeves?
I've got a company called Mistafix. It's a beverage company that is riding the wave of the seltzer shenanigans that we've seen over the past handful of years. Now, when was it Waterloo, or this handful of companies just kind of sprouted up a few years ago that just started that. It was the Topo Chico, maybe that was like the one that really started it off down here in Texas. And there's just a huge explosion in the seltzer industry, and investors are flooding in to see where they can put their money to that. But along the same lines is there's been a huge movement in the last few years in the conscious use of microdosing psychedelics, and that's where Mistafix comes into place. It's where we've created the first hallucinogenic seltzer that's designed to make you happy and make you a little bit bubbly throughout your day without putting you in harm's way. Mistafix.
That's interesting.
I think in the future that's actually going to be a thing.
It's
actually going to be a thing at a certain point. If in the same way that like Sprig is now a thing, right? With CBD infused sodas.
Validation. Instomare.
Well, Emery has a pitch.
Any questions?
Before we do, Tim, any questions for Darby?
When is it hitting market? I would like to try it, please.
Well, all we need is cash.
All right.
Sure.
All right, let's see what Emery's got to say. So many people are always looking for the perfect. Oh, go ahead, brother. Oh, did you freeze?
Oh no. Okay, so many people are always looking for a perfect partner in life, but can't seem to find the right person. Mistafix is your go-to fix for that problem. With our monthly drink shot supplement subscription service, try and say that 7 times fast, you will be fixed up with the partner of your dreams within the year. Once you find that partner, you can upgrade your plan to Mistakeep with a click of a button, meaning you cannot long-term date this person without an expensive subscription service, which I would say is what dating is. But moving... Right. You know what? I would like this every day for a while, please.
Oh, that is hilarious. That's really good. I really like the whole subscription service.
Interesting.
I'm surprised Jessica hasn't chimed in. Jessica, where you at?
I'm here. I'm here.
No, the other Jessica Powers.
Yeah.
No,
Jessica Powers is right there.
So Jessica,
she'll pop in,
Yeah, she always chimes in too. Oh no, that was Emery. It's fun to see the audience sometimes going back and forth. It's a lot of fun. So I have to make some decisions here. I have to make some decisions.
You just have to make the right ones, Tim.
I just have to make the right one. Yeah. It's only money. You can make more.
The logical choice.
Why don't you summarize what we got?
one that you don't have to worry about a drug test with.
That's
Just saying. Some
So
people are out there, they still have to have a drug test. Thank God I'm not in one of those categories.
with Jess, we had a vending machine, kind of an on-demand repair company. If anything goes down or anything goes on the fritz, what was it, on the fritz? What was it saying?
It was keep it fixed with Mistafix.
Perfect. Yeah. Solid. Tomer, it was a service-based company that was that offered happy gas to your HVAC system that comes in many scents. And Darby had a bubbly psychedelic, a bubbly psilocybin. Psychedelic. Oh yeah, that sounds way better.
Why do I feel like I'm seeing a theme here? I feel like I'm seeing a theme.
Yeah, I mean, we're in Austin, so very cool. And then Emery had the I guess kind of dating shot supplement subscription service for Mixafix, so you get fixed up. All right, I guess I'm deciding to do. Jess, you definitely get the fundable. I really like that idea. It was one of the first businesses I really wanted to get into. Like when I first got like my license was vending machines. Like they totally fascinated me. So that definitely struck a chord. Also striking a chord for the funny is Darby's psychedelic seltzers. I'm a fan. I know I kind of thought about this the other day. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was like, I might get a little hairy.
Me and my backers are gonna come after you. Don't worry about where they're coming from.
Well, you can. Hey, listen, you and Darby can. You guys can work together, and you can vaporize the psilocybin. And
we're not. That through. I'm not dealing with people like that. No. Okay.
Country that's not
cool. Good stuff.
Next up, Darby, you wanna run round 3?
Oh, I'm running it.
He's running it. We got number 1, investor's choice. Go nuts, buddy.
Professional sports teams.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Pro sports teams. Also, just because this one to throw in at the end there, Mistafix, your first food grade DI defogging spray for your windshield, bathroom beer, glasses. That's not bad. I feel like we can incorporate it into many things. In the meantime, let's see. We're going to change this up. Darby, any things to share that you're working on? You've got a few fun things going on. What's up?
What is the name of the report?
Oh,
I
apologize.
Did I miss something?
You did not. So snail mail in sports teams.
Oh, this is great. Okay, y'all going down.
Okay, I'll type that up right now.
All right. Yeah, fun things in my world right now. We are doing a lot of continued work in the AI space, in my section particularly when it comes to writing books, but working pretty closely with a company called Conversion AI, who is just today actually announced their long form content, unlimited content for generating AI driven copy and things to inspire ideas, to break through that writer's block. And so, when it comes to the world of side hustle, we've got a lot of cool things coming with the Kickstarter campaign. As you guys know, we're going to be writing a lot of ads. We're going to be really doing what we can to hype things up. And you can bet your bottom dollar that Jarvis from Conversion AI is going to be helping out with some of that copy. So not to mention the business pitches that I beat Tomer out with that are written by Jarvis, but we won't go there, not live anyways. And that's
tune into the after show that is every Wednesday.
Side Hustle Fight Club.
That's right.
Hey, but also big news on the side hustle front as well is our Amazon, product is continuing to pick up steam. And if you guys go and check it out in the next probably couple weeks, you should see some pretty cool new enhanced ways that they're allowing us to showcase the product on there. Tomer and I are going to be developing some cool content specifically for the platform. And so
video on there, some cool graphics, some stuff that if you send your friends and family over there, they'll be like, okay, I get this right away, which is exactly what we want.
So you should send your friends and family over to Amazon.
Send them over there. It's on Amazon, my friends. Cool. I think we're coming up on it. Everyone seems to be writing something for a little bit. Ooh, doodles. If you get this, if you buy a side hustle, the home version, like we are all playing on, you get a lovely set of papers that I've been going through quickly because we've been playing the game. But it helps so much to be able to draw and take notes, and it appeals to my sort of Pictionary love, where some people are more of a charades type of person. So that's what's up. All right, Darby, you are the
investor.
Dictator.
Would you like to go first?
Tomer, you get to go first.
All right. First rule about snail mail. Don't talk about snail mail. What are we? We are a murder rollerball version of the mail carrier service. We have gamified mail delivery, and every single mail post office employee is now a registered sports athlete. They are all put on rollerblades, have spiky arms, and 1 out of every 10 mailboxes will explode in confetti and or glitter bomb them in the face. So there is an added element there. We have added vicious dogs that in front of delivery places to make things even more aggressively difficult. And some of these are robotic dogs, just because we wanted to make it even weirder and harder. Everything is filmed mostly through Ring doorbells that we've invested in for everybody's home. So it's very economical. And we also have drones flying nonstop in this murder zone that we have created, where they fight for who can deliver the most and best mail. Snail mail. Tune in every Friday or Sunday.
I was gonna say, this gives a whole new meaning to going postal.
Monster mail madness.
Boom.
Like death race, but with mailman.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I didn't even write in the thing, but that's what it was. It was
okay, so that sounds intense. It's like roller derby meets suburbia.
That's right.
Cool. No further questions, Tomer.
I didn't think you would.
It was all spelt out right for you, man.
Tim.
All right. So Snail Mail and Pro Sports Team is the first snail league. So Snail Mail stands for Managed Animal Intramural League. And in this type of Olympics for snails is such games as slug sumo wrestling, snail trail, which is an off-road race, and hide and sleek. These will only happen every other year in the dead of summer because that's where snails like to be out in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that is snail mail, the Olympic sports. I can't even speak. The Olympics for snails.
Okay.
And
what did you say snail standard for again?
Yeah, so it was, well, MAIL stood for Managed Animal Intramural League. It was going to be international, but we need to get traction first. So
it's Olympic for snails. It only happens every other year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Isn't intramural like in between like schools and stuff like that? Like
it's a low level.
Is it? It's like PS 111 versus the snails at PS.
Well, yeah,
45.
they got to get an education too. How else are they going to pay for the scholarship?
You know what? I can't
argue
that, right?
Can't argue that.
Right.
I think I just don't want to argue that.
Big difference.
Very big difference. Jess, I leave the floor to you.
Okay, guys, here's the thing. You know, we've all been there where we don't get picked first for the team, right? We've all been there where they're like, no, 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 yes, and you're not picked, right? Why is that? Because they always have a first string. That's your first pick. Then they have a second string. And then they have your snail mail. And this is mail as in like MALE, as in any male sport. When you're going to kind of try out, then you're put into one of three categories: first string, second string, or snail mail. Which snail mail is a small app. Again, another one with the app where you go on and you put it in your profile information. You say, I'm a professional baseball player, basketball player, wrestler, whatever it is. And so when those teams are looking for an extra person, they can go onto that app and they can find the snail mail. What does that mean? It means that these people are a little slower. They're not going to run as fast. They're not going to dribble as quickly, but they're going to be a lower price. And they'll also be there for you when you need them, because you're going to forfeit if you don't have 11 players for soccer. Right? So you might as well go on to snail mail, order yourself a player that's not maybe great, but at least willing enough to, go on and fill out the application and be a snail mail, alternative. So snail mail for when you're picked last.
All right. Businessifying the bench warmers.
Mm-hmm.
For when you're
interesting.
Making those bench warmer bucks.
Okay, so if I got picked last,
before you
quite often, this is my question, Tamer.
Yes, I wasn't sure if you were recapping everything. I had another pitch from the audience.
Well, I'm saying if I'm picked last, then I can go and sign up on this app because I didn't make the team, and I can get picked up kind of on the aftermarket. All I have to do is show up.
Right.
I'm here to have a good time.
Hey man, that's 90% of it, just showing up.
Showing up.
Sports is also too. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be super competitive. We're put the fun into it. Let the lesser, athletic kids have a chance. Let's make it all inclusive to everybody. The slower kids, they need a place too. Snail mail.
Very true. Jessica Powers has Snail Mail Ninja Secret Service. Okay. Apparently, the actual snails were not harmed in the delivery of your mail, though everything else needs to sign a waiver for insurance. I didn't get that as much, but she loves yours, the snail mail bleacher team. Okay.
Like the T-ball kids.
Well, there's always,
yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I did that all the time as a T-ball kid. All right. Wow. This is going to be a doozy. So we got Tomer with the postal death race for mailmen. We've got Tim with the Olympics for snails, only held in the summers of Nashville. We've got Jess, the app for people that were picked last and still want to play and have fun. I would give Tomer the funny because that would just be the most ridiculous movie ever. See that? And I just don't see the economics working out for the Olympic team, Tim. I'm sorry. I think that the app,
sponsors.
At least we can make money off of connecting third string snails in the apps and take a little bit of a cut.
You're gonna regret this.
Fundable.
Good deal.
Fantastic.
Yes.
All right.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. That was a good one. So
Great.
now we're in between the third and fourth round. So let's get to know you a little bit better, Jess, and let us know like what got you into, you know, getting into styling and were you always into it? Is this something that kind of like matured over years? Yeah, how this all
I
start?
was one of those kids. I was a mall rat when I was in high school. Like I worked at every single one of the stores at the mall. And so I should have been in fashion long ago. But I took my career somewhere else, and then I stayed home. I have 4 kids, so I stayed home and raised those guys. And when my son turned like old enough to wipe his own butt, I was like, I'm out of here. So I went back to school and I became certified. So I'm a certified personal stylist through a 2-year program through the New York Institute of Art and Design. So once I really decided that this was what I wanted to do with myself, I went back to school at like 49 years old. So it was like never too old to try anything that you always wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like go out there and just do it. So I started my business 3 years ago, and it's been incredible. It has just taken off so quickly. And then when COVID hit, I was, of course, going into people's homes, and then I couldn't. So I turned everything to online. I got into public speaking and teaching people how to dress for Zoom calls, how they can look professional, how they can get, jobs when they're, communicating through Zoom, and how to really just look your best on video conferencing. So everything's been like, I've just kind of moved along with how how everything else is kind of moving. I'm not, standing up and saying, oh, I'm pivoting. I'm just doing whatever works for anybody else. Like, I'm just here to help. So, it's been great. I think networking is huge. I've gotten so many leads through people in my networking groups. So I really rely on, word of mouth and referrals for my business.
Yeah, that's cool.
And about to ask how you find your customers. Go ahead, Tim.
No, I was just going to say how awesome it is that the obstacle became the way, and that you pivoted so smoothly. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we're still. I mean, I still have 3 kids at home that are being virtually taught, so it's like I kind of have to wear a lot of hats, especially in the morning. I'm cooking breakfast. This one's logging into the computer, and in the beginning it was a nightmare because it's like I don't know my code, I don't know my password. Like now it's much easier, but a year ago it was really hard to get that going. But we have a pretty good system at this point. My husband works from home, and we're both like we're both on it. So I think it really takes support from your coworkers, your neighbors, your friends, people who believe in you, regardless if they're your family or not. Like if your family's like, oh, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm not going to listen to you because I have I'm just going to do what I want to do. And so like, if you have an idea as it comes through to you with Side Hustle, man, just freaking try it, because there's nothing worse than looking back on your life and saying, man, I should have done that. I should have tried it, because you don't get a second chance at should have. So you just do it and see where it goes, So that's my advice.
Couldn't agree more.
Did you feel like you had to push through some naysayers when you were doing that? And maybe how, or it could have just been, also at that point, you're an adult, you can make the decisions that you want to make. So you're just like, you know what, it's time, and Yeah. But how is that like, I'm planting a flag, I'm doing this moment? How is that?
It was pretty powerful, because what happened was I was working at Nordstrom. I worked for Coach for many years, and then I got recruited to Nordstrom, and I was a personal stylist at Nordstrom for many years. And then my clients were asking me, who I was servicing at Nordstrom, could I please come into their closets and work with their wardrobe? And I was like, oh, so I went to the store manager and I was like, hey, I got these people, they're asking me to do this. And he's like, yeah, we can't do that. That's a liability. And I was like, guess what? I can do it, and I can get insurance, and I'll see you later. So I pretty much took all that business and started myself, because somebody had piqued their interest. I didn't even know that this was out there until somebody said, would you do this for me? And I was like, yes, I could. So it kind of fell into it, and I just kept going. I haven't stopped. Like I said, New York Fashion Week 2 months ago was amazing.
So cool.
How was the Fashion Week? How did it go? How was the weirdness of it? Tell me about that experience for you.
It was amazing because, again, you go from like total social isolation to being in New York City at the New Yorker. And, but I love New York, and I'm so familiar with New York, and I'm used to going out to eat at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. The worst part was when you're done with the show and you're done doing this, and you're like, I got to get a bite to eat. And you're like, man, there's nothing open. There's nothing open. So New York has changed so much. That to me was the saddest thing. I was glad to be there. This, of course, when you're doing the runway, they have 6, feet between each seat. Where if you look at last year, before that, everybody's on a bleacher. We're all like shoulder to shoulder. So it was, we were COVID compliant, but it's not. It's hard. You have your makeup on, you have the mask on, people are talking to you, you can't hear them. So, you have to sort of adjust and be like, I'm just going to be glad to be here. I'm just happy to be here. And I'm not going to be upset that it's not like how it used to be. We have to kind of accept that this is the way it is today and be happy and grateful for it.
Yeah.
That's a blast. Is there something that you're aiming for, or have you reached sort of like a critical mass? Because it seems like it's a very much one-on-one type of business, right? Like, and maybe your scaling is less the multitude, but more the stature of your clients, and so that each account is just a larger account. But I'm curious about what your sort of trajectory, or how do you scale a business like this?
I want $5 million in the bank by the end of the week. I mean, that's what I want. I want money. I want people to be happy. I want to help them. But I don't have like a level where I go, okay, I'm here and I've made it. I don't ever feel that way, because I could have felt that way in so many different areas of my life before, as a mother, as a wife, I made it. Yay. But to me, this is my own personal journey that I don't share with anyone. I don't have to share it with my husband. I don't have to share it with my kids. This is my own thing, and nobody depends on me to make a living or anything. So it's wonderful for me to be able to just take it wherever I want to and decide like, oh, that's important, that's not important, that I can do, that I can't do. And it's great because as an entrepreneur, which working in retail, I worked every single Black Friday, every single Christmas Eve, and now as an entrepreneur, I can decide, what, I'm taking a week off. I'm putting my do not disturb, email on, and I'm gone. So that part to me has been really the biggest benefit, is that I can pick and choose when I want to work and when I want to be home with my kids. So that's
delightful. I would like to pivot this a little bit to your expertise, if that's something that you feel comfortable with.
How do you feel about this shirt?
It's a shirt. It's just a shirt. But
not the hat, just the shirt.
Do you does your demographic or your clientele tend to be female or feminine?
All my clients are women, because I have a counterpart that I refer men's business to.
Sure.
And so I have a counterpart that works with him. For me, it's a really personalized one-on-one experience, especially when you are going through a woman's closet and you are really going through her memories, and you're taking apart, you're taking down, this was my mother's, handbag, or this was my late whatever it is. I got this as my boyfriend's t-shirt that was my first concert I went to. Oh, I bought that in London. Everybody has like a memory to something that they've bought. So it really takes a little bit of patience and a little bit of psychology too, to sit down and kind of work that through with my client and say, listen, there are people who can really use that. And people also feel very connected when they get something as a gift. Even if they don't like it, they keep it. And I always try to say, listen, a gift is a gift. If it came to you and you didn't want it, gift it to someone else. Let's keep the gift chain going so that people don't feel like, oh, I got this, now I have to keep it. Well, if you're never going to use it, you're never going to wear it. It's not really much of a gift. It's more of a pain in the neck, right? So if you can get someone else to enjoy whatever it is that you got, then I think that is the best way to enjoy a gift, is to know that somebody's out there who's really enjoying it. So there's that. And, again, there's just the very tender moment when a woman is, at her most vulnerable. She's in her, underwear, and I'm sitting there next to her in her underwear, you know what I mean? And she's very vulnerable then to say, I'm going through a divorce, or I've just lost weight, or I've just gained weight, or I've just lost my job. Like, all of it is so important to address the emotional perspective of what women go through with their clothes. So
yeah, it's fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing that. If you maybe want to address women in the audience who might consider reaching out to yourself or someone akin to yourself, what would you say that you would maybe recommend in terms of like mental prep that they should do, or emotional prep that they should do when they're about to reach out to you, or also maybe just some style tips if that's something that you think they might like to hear.
Yeah. I would say the first thing that you need to do if you're going to be considering a stylist is to find out what is the scope of work that they're going to do for you. For me, you can have a stylist that's just going to do a virtual thing and say, oh, these are your colors and here's what I picked out for you and here you go. Or you can have somebody who's going to give you a full color analysis, go through your clothes, make sure that you have your measurements. I know what this is your measurement. I know exactly how to measure you so that when I go to buy something for you online, I can refer to the size chart and know exactly what is going to be the right size to get. So it really depends, like how is that personal styling experience tailored for you? So it's really important to find out what are you getting, because it's not a cheap thing. It's not inexpensive to hire a stylist. We have years of experience, we have years of education, and it's a lot of work and mental preparation for us to go to your house or go to wherever you are and really we crawl through your skin and we figure out who you are. We have to say, okay, this is my color, this is my cut, this is my fabric, this is how I will wash my stuff, this is how I'll care for it, this is how I'll hang it. So there's so much that goes into it. So find out what you're getting for your dollar when you hire a stylist. Make sure that you're getting everything that could come with that. And that would be a color analysis, a body shape analysis, a skin tone analysis. All of these things come into play when you're dressing somebody. What's the best color for them? Are they a cool color? Are they a warm color? There's a lot that goes into it. So when you hire a stylist, just make sure that you're not getting, this is by no means anybody of a dig to anybody, but Stitch Fix, those are not stylists. Stylists are people who come to you and we understand you. We know you from the top to the bottom. We know all your secrets. Like it's that private. It's that much of a relationship. Stitch Fix is an online service where people can buy clothes that fit what they're trying to do. I need a pair of black pants. Boom, check. I'm looking for somebody who goes, you know what? I want a pair of black pants, but I don't like low rise and I don't like mid rise, and I'm kind of not crazy about the mom jean. What are things out there that are for me? And I'm like, okay, great. Let me send you some selections. Let me show you some choices. So I do your research for you. So I think the biggest thing is find out what are you getting for your dollar when you're hiring a stylist.
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
That's so important. Yeah, so that's so important because I've had a stylist. I'm sure you can't tell right now because I'm wearing a black hat and a black shirt. But I've had a stylist in my life, and it was very intimidating to even ask for one. Mm-hmm. So I think that's really good advice and direction, and it really took the stress out of getting dressed. And I know that sounds so odd that it's stressful getting dressed but I knew when I was going to a concert, or if I was going, like, just the confidence of what I was wearing, everything paired, and there was an air about me, and it was an immediate change when I showed up places. People said, "That's a nice outfit." Like it was almost staged. It was like it was so wild, and in a million years I would have never thought that. So yeah,
look good, feel good. Sure.
Yeah,
I firmly believe in the look good, feel good phrase, and I also think that it makes us feel more powerful when we're going for places that we don't normally would need to feel powerful for. Like again, you're going to a job interview, or you're trying to get the promotion, or you're trying to get your job to send you somewhere. You have to make sure that you convey through your personal brand. Really, it's your personal brand that says, I am important, I am put together, I can help you, I am professional. That's all said within the first 2 seconds that somebody sees you. They automatically come up with a decision as to, can they trust you?
Yeah.
So first impressions are huge, especially when you're trying to impress somebody.
Yeah.
You cannot skimp on times when you're needing to impress somebody. There's no room for error there. That's what it's critical to have a stylist on your team.
Jess, cool. Have you ever heard of the term enclothed cognition?
No.
So there was a study done. Where they put a bunch of trench coats on people, like lab coats, and told half of them they were artists and half of them they were lab assistants. And they gave them a bunch of different tests, and they scored on these tests based on what they told they were wearing. And then the study was extrapolated later on into, if you dress a part, you become the part. Yeah. And you kind of embody it. So yeah, enclothed cognition was actually the name of the study.
Write that
that
down.
they did. Yeah. One of the businesses I was setting up a couple of years ago was called Clout, and it was entrepreneurial tokens. Little bracelets or something like that, or a necklace or a ring that you can, like, it's kind of like your little power ring or whatever. But when you slip that on, I do it. Actually, I just happen to have mine here. This ring is a ring that I bought in Dubai, but it doesn't matter what it's made of or anything like that. When I slip it on, there's an ego that kind of presents itself, and in a healthy way, of course. But yeah, I took on that understanding because of my education with that study. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it makes all the difference.
It's almost like method acting. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. That's actually
Very cool. That was a fascinating dive. Thank you, Jess, for that insight. It was really lovely. I think it's time for us to rally our cognitive faculties, gather some energy, and see if we can do the lightning round. Are you ready to do a sound effect with us, Jess? Do it now. Exactly.
Perfect timing.
That's exactly how we play that.
Part of the show
every time. Cool. So what we're going to do, I will be the investor, and I'm going to pull. First, I'm going to roll a die and find out a category for us. It's an investor's choice. I'll do. You know what? I want to. This is your world, Jess. Let's do fashion and retail. How's that sound?
You got it.
There we go.
I'm afraid. Now I have to really stand up.
We can do the opposite. We can do ugliness and depravity. Okay, we'll just do fashion retail. And I'm going to pull 3 cards. As I do, each one of you is going, as I show it to you, each one of you is going to pitch on the spot the first thing that comes to your mind. And you're gonna pitch it like you've been thinking about it for 2 years, and it's the time to shine. Okay, you guys ready to play the lightning round?
Yeah.
All right. Darby, I haven't heard from you in a little bit. I wouldn't mind hearing what you got. You ready to go?
I was born for this. Been preparing for years.
All right. It is fashion and retail. Lightning round. Ooh, this is actually, I can do this here and make this nice little fashion and retail sign that is then shown on screen. Pew, pew, pew. All right. Fashion and retail. Darby, your word is positize.
Positize is the leading up and coming trending streetwear that is actually electrified with positive vibes to make everyone everywhere feel better about themselves and their image to those around them. Positize.
All right.
Like it.
All right. Actually electrified?
Actually electrified.
Okay. And what happens when you shake hands with somebody? Does something actually
Burning like grounding material as well, so it negates the electric factor, and so it's only kept close to the skin.
Okay, so it definitely should not be wearing my Asics because that will insulate and give us a problem. All right. Thank you for that shocking pitch. Jess, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. In fashion and retail, your word is deliver my timbers.
Okay. So everybody loves their Timberland boots. They love Timberland, right? Don't they? And so sometimes there's a big backlog because they're so popular. And sometimes what you can do is there'll be people who buy the Timberland shoes, and you can buy it from them, similar like a third-party retailer, and they can say, "Deliver my timbers."
Wow.
Killed it. You came out of the gate hot with that.
Yeah,
That was
really good.
That was so good.
I love the quick word association because I did not go there. I was like,
somewhere completely different.
She's going to go into wood fashion. Yep. That's where I went, but I like this better. All right. Tim, are you ready?
Well, as ready as I can be after that.
Well,
so let's
lace up your booties and be ready to go.
Lace up the Tims.
Lightning round, fashion, retail. Tim, your word is Share Bear.
Oh, nice. So yeah, Share Bear is is an online community where you actually share onesies. And yeah, it's a once a month they actually have meetups where you can actually go and show off your onesie. And there is a free exchange marketplace on their website where you can say, hey, you know, I need that for a pub crawl. I need that for a snuggle puddle. Whatever they're called. I need that for Christmas party. Yeah. So what was it again? Share Bear?
Share Bear.
Share Bear is in fashion and retail is the first online exchange program for onesies.
Wow. I hope you have good laundry system. But that's sounds great. It reminds me of this like necktie thing that I remember seeing a while ago where they were like you could rent neckties, like the Netflix of neckties. So you always had something fun for the different events. This sounds interesting. I'm scared for anybody who gets the Santa onesie because I have seen SantaCon and I know what happens there. So craziness. No, thank you. But
they're all getting coal.
Very good. Very much all getting coal. All right, let's summarize here and see how it lands out. So, Darby, you had Positize, electrifying streetwear for the modern youth. Very good, very dangerous. Jess, you had Deliver My Timbers, which was on demand, right on time Timberland boots when you need them and not when somebody else needs them. And Tim, you had Share Bear, the very interesting way to share a onesie with everybody that you don't know yet. I'm gonna say again that Jess, you get the fundable card.
Nice.
Boom. That is a legitimately decent thing. I could see that being applicable to that and maybe like some other like gear that it has, you know. Like a Supreme logo, you're like, get your Supremes on from our team. And Tim, you get the funny because it is so gross and funny to me. Darby.
You got hosed on this time, Darby. I'm sorry. You got pwned. Dude, you got pwned.
Snap.
I need to take a week off just to recoup.
Yeah. Why don't you go stretch? All right.
Too good.
Well, Jess, thank you so much for joining us today. I believe if people want to find you sorry, did I spell that wrong?
Nope, you spelled it perfectly. It's exactly
Jess
right.
Ruzic, Stylist. There you go. Yep. And they can connect with you, send you a DM. Anything else of how you want people to reach out to you or who you want to talk to?
Okay, so I'll tell you what, anybody who reaches out to me that comes through the Side Hustle forum can get 25% off my services.
Oh, that's so generous.
Fantastic. That's very kind of you. I know that there's some people out there who feel like they have everything together except the way they feel in front of people. And I think that this is a great way to do it and to bounce back now that people are starting to be in person more. Now's the time. Refresh. You know, it's like when you go from high school to college, you can reinvent yourself a little bit. Yeah. Let's all do it together.
Dude, I want to make two quick notes before we sign off. Exactly to that note, actually, Tomer. We've all been stuck in our house, and I forgot what it felt like. I've been going out a lot more recently, and it just feels so good to get dressed up, not wear black t-shirts all the time. And actually, represent and actually go out and have such a blast. And
I expect to see you in a suit.
With my three-piece. Actually, all my three pieces are still in New York. I love my three-piece.
I think we'll do it. We'll do a dress-up night next time for you, Jess.
I need to be included on that one because I'm going to evaluate everything that you guys are wearing.
We'll strut down the runway for you.
And then just for note, all of Jess's information and details about who she is and how to get in touch with her and all the good stuff is no matter where you're looking or listening to this, it's in the details in the description. So yeah, everything's one click away for you.
Absolutely. If you are out there and you saw this and you think this looks fun, it is. If you think that you'd like to join us on here, please send an email to Tim, and he'll get you set up with an application. I had a blast. I can tell from all the laughter everyone else did. And if you want to try this at home, if you're still doing virtual hangs, this game works for that. Check us out at Play Side Hustle, and we're live on Amazon, so get your copy today. Anything else, guys? I think that's pretty much it.
No, I think that's it. Good start to the week.
I had a great time. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jess. Everybody stay safe.
Thanks. Bye-bye.